Like my brain is about to actually fall out of my head.
Wait, there are still things that you need to know about interviews in Japan. Hi everybody, my name is Regina. I'm back for part 2. Continue on the conversation of what it is like to do interviews in Japan. If you haven't seen part 1 about the kinds of questions, like flow, overall advice for what to do doing interviews both in English and Japanese, this video I want to talk about what it looks like after the first round. Because of course it's not over. I'm gonna talk about just how long the job searching process in Japan can be. It's gonna be different for everybody and it depends on the industry and blah, blah, blah. That like generally speaking, you're gonna be searching for like on the low end, a couple of months. On the high end, up to half a year or more. Well, keep that in mind and plan accordingly. It's really involved. And I was so caught off guard by just how involved it is. The first round interview, it's gonna be more superficial, it's gonna be more general. It might ask you some like situational questions, but even then, I get to know you. And it was pretty casual, all things considered. For context, I interviewed for many different kinds of industries: administration, translation, education jobs, media jobs. A lot of the jobs had at least 2 to 3 interviews, if not more. The administration jobs that I applied to actually had me do like a math test in second round-ish prompt that would tell me when to start, continuously add numbers until the prompt told me to stop. Like, guys, I'm not good at numbers. That's why I applied to an admin job. Please don't do this to me. And it was like after a full day of work, I was still a teacher, so I had like 5 or 6 classes that day. And I came home and I had to do math. Another interview had me do an hour-and-a-half interview, and then they sent me Japanese like short, it was like a few paragraphs, and they wanted me to translate all of it into English in an hour. My brain was like done. Untext questions or something. Questions were in English or in Japanese, and I had to provide answers in both English and Japanese. Other experiences that my friends have had, they do demo lessons, samples of things, like a media plan or something like that related to the job that they were doing. You know, doing all of that on top of it being in Japanese was like a huge adjustment. A lot of different experiences until I kind of got into the swing of things. Preparing my resumes to be tailored enough for a certain company, you know, considering what kind of job it is, what they might ask me to do. The biggest piece of advice for this aspect of doing interviews in Japan is to give yourself a lot of time. Starting the job searching and like preparation process in the fall, making your resumes, business cards. My second piece of advice, apply a lot of different types of industries. If you don't have that big of an interest in it, but you kind of have an interest, I recommend applying in order to get yourself kind of connected with different avenues in Japan. I think also just for the interview process, use some variety. I hope that this series has been helpful to you. I was doing the job searching thing. There wasn't that much information about foreigners. I hope that you feel a little bit more ready, confident to start that process in Japan. I'll talk to you next video. Bye!